Hello.
Howdy.
Welcome back to Zittles Biggleton's channel, where it seems a lot of people just don't seem to get it. Not here at the channel. Just it's how I feel. Yeah.
Are you lost in your feelings again?
Yes, I'm all cut up in my feelings.
All those pesky little feelings.
Yeah. Okay. So some things have happened. Some things are going to happen.
Or not. You decide.
Oh, yes, they are. I don't know what's happening with my hair. My haircut has not happened yet. But first, dear, would you like to tell the bad news for Obama haters?
Which one? Oh. So, all you people who wanted to moan and groan and bitch and complain about Obama coming down to Louisiana, for those of you who support the fallen officers, which should be all of you, Nick Toulier, who's still in the hospital fighting for his life, Obama went and met with his parents. What?
My nose itches.
Oh.
Haha.
Scratch it.
Think I need a haircut in there too.
So Obama met with Nick's parents and introduced them to his personal physician at no cost. So he is going to get the best care available in the entire country. The physician of the President of the United States.
Covered.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
It's funny, it wasn't like a big media thing where he invited a bunch of cameras to it, didn't he?
No, it was like, I think I read it on The Advocate, and I saw maybe like one or two other
Did he hand
news
anybody
sites.
a box of Play-Doh?
Here, Louisiana, have some Play-Doh, rebuild with that. Fucking Trump.
Too bad it's water soluble. Wait, no. Shit.
Jesus.
Okay. So, speaking of Trump, while there are a lot of flood signs not flood signs, a lot of Trump signs that are, they're no longer standing, are they? Kind of got washed away. This whole thing is not about politics. This isn't about anybody's political talking points. I've had people coming into my comments commenting on the flood videos saying this is about gay marriage. This is about Alton Sterling. So all them black people that lost their homes, they lost their homes because the police shot an armed man. That makes perfect sense. Oh yeah.
This is because 400 trillion gallons of water fell on us at one time. Any city in the world, any region in the entire world that has 400 trillion gallons of water
we're not talking
dumped
about
on
the
it.
physical logistics of it. We've had people sitting there talking about the whole area is below sea level.
No,
and
it's
you shouldn't
not.
live there anymore.
We're
Okay.
like 12 feet below sea level here.
That's kind of beside the point that I was trying to get to.
Sorry,
But, yeah.
people are stupid.
Yes. I've noticed. Baton Rouge is above sea level. We're especially above sea level. What you have is a lot of valleys and ridges, very, very subtle valleys and ridges. And what happened here is over about a third of the state, all of the valley type areas got fucking flooded. All of the ridges stayed dry. So, all in all, several 100,000 homes, businesses, and apartment buildings got flooded. Okay, so you see the number is now up to 90,000 for residential homes. Those are owned homes. That don't count us. That don't count anybody that's renting. That doesn't count businesses. Okay. When I say 500,000, when I said 500,000, I was looking at the blanket area of everywhere that the flood was going to go. And I was doing math totals based upon how many buildings are in those areas. But there are ridges that stayed dry in places that I did not know there were ridges. The first very pronounced ridge on the topographical map that I'm familiar with is just behind the house, and we live on the slope of it. So we're actually on, we're, I think, 18 feet above sea level right here. And you saw how deep that water got. Anywhere that has that much rain is going to flood. I don't care if you're in Arizona, Colorado, New York City.
And I'm going to say it again.
Get a rope, it's going to flood.
400 trillion gallons of water fell.
Right.
In Hurricane Katrina, do you know how many gallons of water fell? 200 billion with a B. We had 400 trillion
this
with a
was,
T. Ah!
The gate of the heavens freaking opened up on us. It was something else. And, okay. So naturally, a lot of people who watch this channel were wondering, why was the storm spiraling over your house, Sean? Why was this happening? And as far as, greater will of God type of thing. Okay. And like I was trying to say, it's not about anybody's political talking points. Okay. There's one rule people start to break that really pisses God off. And the Trump posters, due to, and I don't like bringing politics into this, but due to the flagrant disregard for this one rule, and the way he promotes flagrant disregard for this one rule, yes, this is part and parcel of why this has happened. The rule should be familiar with all of you. They call it the Golden Rule. Dear, have you ever heard of this rule?
Well, I don't know. Bob Dylan sang a song and had the Golden Rule in the lyrics.
Sorry, I'm holding the phone with my left hand. Sorry about the shakiness there. Still waiting on dinner. Is my pizza burning? Oh, great. Dang it. I haven't eaten anything today.
No, it is not burnt.
Cool.
Woohoo! Non-burnt pizza.
Yeah, I get to have
a meal.
Relatively edible sustenance.
It is perfectly cooked.
Cool. Okay, so there's this thing. What does it do unto
others?
Others.
As
you would have them do
unto you.
Unto trees? No, unto baloney.
Kittens.
Unto kittens, yes. Do unto others as you would have them do unto kittens. No, unto you. Obviously. I don't think I had to say it. Did I really have to say it?
Apparently.
So, the first day back from school, I'll let you tell them about what you've been seeing on your way to work lately. But the first day that the kids go back to school, I'm out there morning and afternoon trying to get the kids off the bus. And while my children and I are standing on the side of a road with a little sign that says, "Please slow down," there are cars racing each other, passing each other at 55 to 65 miles an hour in a 45 zone, which I think is ridiculous that our little tiny street is a 45.
Yeah, especially all the curves. And we don't have shoulders, we have ditches.
All the curves, little bitty blind driveways with trees by them. Yeah. But anyway. And then I got one guy on film. I guess I should post it. I'll blur out the moment his license plate is visible.
Why not? Let the cops get
there's
him.
a guy sees us with the sign and revs his motor. I'd say he was speeding up, but
it was a Chevy.
That'd be kind of generous.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was like an old S10 pickup, I think, or a Ford Ranger. It might have been an old Ford Ranger. But either way, it wasn't running very well. It had a hell of an exhaust leak. And he just like all of a sudden got louder. He started to gain just a little tiny bit of speed. He was just trying to be a dick. For no other reason than being a dick.
Apparently he succeeded.
And, you know, people around here, okay, one of them is slowing down because there's fucking children on the side of the road. And if you had children, or if you were a child, you would want people to slow down, okay? And then another person, 45 isn't fucking good enough for them. They go and pass the person who slows down. And then I see people, as soon as the bus comes around the corner, there's like a S down the road, puts its lights on, and if I don't walk up to the street like I'm going to give them a problem if they should attempt it, they'll pass the bus as it tries to slow down to stop, which is illegal in this state at least.
No, it's illegal everywhere. Hence the reason for the red flashy lights and the stop sign that comes out of the side of the bus.
Right. It's illegal everywhere lights, to stop to run the stop sign, but the yellow lights I know is...
The yellow lights mean slow down, the bus is getting ready to stop. Not hurry up and speed up and go around me. Slow down. Fuck. Sorry.
So, traffic?
Oh, God. God, don't even get me. Good Lord. Between me and my sister...
Lots of car accidents.
Oh,
lots
car
of people
accidents
just
everywhere.
driving like idiots right now, in general. Go ahead.
My commute on a normal day takes me 30 minutes. Max. 25 to 30 minutes. This is average. Daily. Even if there's a little bit of slowing on the interstate for me. Hence the 30 minutes. My sister lives about the same distance from her house to her job as I do to mine. This week, it has taken her 2 hours to get to work. Every day. And about the same amount of time to get home. Every day. In fact, I'm pretty sure she spent more time in traffic than she has actually at work this week. Or at least close to it. I mean, accidents, people are cutting each other off. People, and 10 times worse than it's ever been. Okay, a week ago, people, we were lending helping hands and helping each other and so nice and so polite, and you didn't hear anybody being a dick to anybody. And here we are, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks after the frickin' flooding is done, and everybody has turned into uber asshole. We've had...
And the people who know that this is wrong, the people who aren't participating in this, we need to find a way to be more vocal about this. We need to find a way to speak out about this, people. This is long since gotten out of hand. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
No, my mind is blown. Like, I'm looking like this because I just don't even have the words to describe what my commute has been like this week. Like, I understand that there's going to be a little bit higher volume traffic. A lot of people are displaced. A lot of people are trying to work, and there's a whole lot of contractors and everything out on the road. I get that.
It's like it was after Katrina, man.
But there's no excuse for unsafe driving. I was behind a guy in a truck today. I can't even remember. It was on my way to work. I can't even remember where, because so much crap has happened since then. That he's on his cell phone and literally doing this. In mid-city, on my way to work, 2 days ago, I saw a guy driving a taxi with a passenger doing the exact same thing. He'd go all the way over and the tires would cross over into oncoming traffic, and then he'd correct and then move over into the other lane a little bit and then correct and just back and forth like he was drunk and couldn't drive in a straight line while he's transporting someone. We've had one severe accident outside of my job this week, and one accident that happened today when we were leaving. I almost couldn't get out of the parking lot because the people pulled their cars up in the street by my job. I mean, it's not a free-for-all. Follow the damn rules. They're there for a reason. People turning out of parking lots do not have the right of way. You let the people that were turning in the street have the right of way. If you're coming out of Albertsons and somebody's trying to turn left off of a major highway, the person coming off of the major highway has the right of way, not you. Sorry.
And in this cesspool of violent attitude. Those who can see what the fuck is going on need to get it together and pray. You'd better pray.
To say the least.
Pray that but for a few, he will spare the many. Because where everybody is going right now is irredeemable. It's not being fixed, is it? So it's not being redeemed, is it?
And by the way, can I make a point? I'm going to backtrack quite a bit for a second. Can I make a point about the flooding? It wasn't just Baton Rouge that got flooded. Livingston Parish got flooded. Ascension Parish got flooded. East Feliciana Parish got flooded. All the way out towards Lafayette, they flooded. Okay? And it's not just Baton Rouge. Just like in Katrina, it wasn't just New Orleans that flooded. Mississippi. I drove to Mississippi after Katrina and had to drive. I just wanted to go sit on the beach. And I literally was going down the road and had to drive around a house that had gotten shifted off of where it stood into the middle of the street. A house. Drive around a house.
Yeah, there were entire towns that just weren't even there anymore.
This was in Waveland. Yeah, the first town you get to coming out of Louisiana and going into Mississippi. The first beach you can go to. That was my spot, man.
Right.
And that was just... Ugh.
I don't like this any more than anybody else does. And if, just like all the other good people here, if punishment comes to mankind for their inequities, I'll be suffering right along with them. At the center of it all, as it were. But, this last flood wasn't even a warning shot.
For those of you keeping up with the news, there's been an earthquake in Italy that has last I checked this afternoon, 250 confirmed deaths. Took out an entire city. 6.5, I think, was the magnitude. 6.2. Yep. India is being flooded by typhoon-type rain. The pictures I've seen kind of look like we did during our flood. Like, as far as only the roofs of houses and people in boats. That's what you're seeing.
Well, that's what they get for landing.
California's burning.
India used to be a giant floating continent in the air. But that was a long time ago.
The cat just attacked my foot.
The cow jumped over the moon.
And the dish ran away with the spoon.
That too.
And the cat played the fiddle.
Hey, diddle diddle.
You're not in this video.
Yes, his
Shows
face.
My face. No, my face actually is in this video.
It's on your face. That way you can too.
Okay. I'm going to have to pause this so I can murder my children. Any idea what we were talking about, dear?
India.
India.
Home
Yes,
of
the magical island of India.
Home of the bucktooth snake.
Bucktooth snake fight. Bucktooth snake has fire. Ah! Ah! I am a highly evolved bucktooth snake. Shit, it's a velociraptor. Nothing that we do here gives you permission to make noise. Ah! What happened with reading the books and the playing of the DSs? Well, whose fault is that? Actually, it is. Oh, God. Wait, what was about a hissy fit? Your face, or no, my face was a hissy fit or something. I don't know.
Purple, because aliens don't wear hats.
Any of y'all got kids?
Especially a girl that's about to hit puberty.
May we offer each other mutual condolences. India. Home of the buck-toothed clownfish babies. Yeah, so we apologize. This video is starting to suck. Apparently, kids don't always understand what the word quiet means.
Or
I know
ever.
that's shocking. Right?
Or ever understand what the word quiet means.
Anytime, ever. But, I wonder where she gets her hard-headedness from. Okay.
Wait till you meet my dad. He'll understand.
I haven't actually met in person. But anyways. So. Yeah. Follow the golden rule or you're going to be reincarnated in India.
As a buck-toothed snake.
As a buck-toothed clownfish. Snake. A clown snake. Slithers around, his little red nose goes, That's all I got.
You're doing better than me.
Oh, good. Tiger lilies come to stare and make cute faces at us. That's really helpful. What the hell else has been happening in the world?
Oh, you got the Olympic swimmer liar, dude. Did you hear? Oh, so I read this funny thing on Facebook where apparently Al Roker went the fuck off about how, this Lochte dude is a freaking liar, how he lied to the police, he lied to Matt Lauer, and then he turns to the TV and goes, he lied to you. And apparently, some of the producers were a little embarrassed by his behavior. In fact, one of his co-anchors even said, "Whoa, calm down." Yeah, if you haven't seen it, look it up. It was funny. Al Roker really got his panties in a bunch for that. There was no robbery.
All right, so are they all back in America now?
I don't even know.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I think really happened there. Once they're back. Because I don't want to put anybody in jeopardy by giving away what might have actually happened.
Let's see what else is.
But
California's burning. We're praying.
He ain't the only one that's full of shit. Let me just put it that way.
Oh yeah. California's burning, and we are praying for California.
So after this meteor shower that happened on the day of the flood.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Suddenly there's a bunch of different wildfires in California. The biggest first one was caused by a guy who got arrested, apparently.
Can you throw a cigarette in some brush?
I don't know. It looked like he might have set an explosion or something. But, let's just say, when we go to war, we have a picture in our head of what that war looks like. We've seen it on CNN. You see the little green and black footage with a little white square on it. And something goes boom. Right? Right. That's our desensitized, arrogant. Okay, you're really shaking the crap out of my arm every time you do this stuff.
Sorry, I didn't know I was your leaning post for the video, but okay.
You see the camera bounce. Like, boom, boom. It's an aftershock. It's like a shockwave hitting the camera through my arm. Anyway, what the fuck was I just saying?
Boom.
Boom.
The dude that got arrested for an explosion in California, wildfire, boom.
All right. So, yeah. We have this idea of what war looks like. Boom, and a little white box on a green fucking infrared screen because something got bombed or a drone took a shit on it or whatever. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Wars can take any form that the enemy imagines it to. And right now we are dealing with an enemy who, A, has a really good imagination, and B, prides himself on our cluelessness, our obliviousness, our lack of awareness that we, when we are under attack. During any attack made against this country, most people remain completely oblivious. Most of those people support Donald Trump or Bernie Sanders. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. But the fact of the matter is, these agendas fall in line with Vladimir Putin's agendas. So, to support those agendas, you must not be very aware of what Vladimir Putin. You must not be aware of Vladimir Putler is being shit upon lately, or who he's been shitting on lately. Putin on lately. Yeah. Don't Putin on a Ritz. That's nasty. Yeah. Okay. I had a point there. Wound up becoming fucking winter chicken dinner all over the place today. Wound up becoming kind of a circle.
Maybe the cat's looking at
Which
you.
became a plate that had a chicken dinner on it. I'm hungry. So yeah, in a time of, for lack of a better word, Soviet expansionism. I mean, that's what we're experiencing right now. And 30 years worth of covert operations right under our noses. We really need to start being more aware of the different forms of war that have been brought against us. Because anything's possible. I'm definitely not of the opinion that storms such as the one that just happened were caused by HARP. Okay, I don't care how good David plays it. No, but you know, if you ask me, HARP is it's a radio antenna made to detect high altitude aircraft. That's it. All that other crap is just a cover story for it. Plain and simple. So, I'm getting text messages, and I got to turn my head sideways so I can read the text message.
And I'm nosy, so.
She's nosy, so she.
Somebody is.
We just do this, and then we'd be upside down. Right. Now we're right side up. Shit. Okay. I'm getting dizzy.
I'm getting sleepy.
Getting hungry. No, I've been hungry. Shit.
I don't have to.
So yeah, it was no coincidence that the YouTubes and the other online medias have succumbed to and thus promoted these basically pro-Putin candidates in this country. And it's just the two furthest, ugliest sides of either of the political spectrum. And both of those people really need to educate themselves on the objectives of the Soviet Union and what's been going on since the so-called collapse of the Soviet Union, because the Cold War never ended, actually. And we've all been brainwashed. We've all just had our minds ripped out from the fucking skull tissue, okay? Just seriously. We've been reformatted and reprogrammed, and we don't know which direction is up.
Skull tissue?
Yeah, I just was running out of words and needed to make a sentence.
Don't forget to end it with a period.
Oh, wait, shit, I'm gonna stop the video by. Okay, so, I think the warnings have gone on long enough. And it's painful to get to this point where just nobody listens and does what I tell them to. It's for your own good. Okay? See, in the past, when I have said things, those things have turned out to be right. Over and over and over again. It's fucking tedious for me. Okay? So now I'm saying more things. Perhaps somebody should listen. You know, to the guy who's been right all along. Just saying. Don't like to toot my own horn unless, I've been eating beans. But
Toot toot, motherfuckers.
yeah.
Bob's just been hanging
Was that a
out.
joke? That was a joke. I think there was an actual joke in there. What?
Bob's hanging out by my side.
Yes, Bob is begging to go into the pot. Just been hanging out. And we have a new fresh clutch of eggs. And we only have 8 babies who survived to the BBS because the rotifers just couldn't keep up. They were not ready yet for that big of a clutch, and my backup culture got kind of accidentally ruined. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I distracted him.
Yeah, and I dumped it after I seeped it.
Because I wanted to talk. Because,
So I collected all the food from the whole gallon of growing rotifers. And then threw it all away, basically.
Because I'm a girl that has a vajayjay. And I have to talk.
That's like too much information to be bringing up in conversation to do with rotifers.
I'm tired, y'all.
Or anything that lives off of algae in general. Because we're not going to tell another story about that. And on that bombshell, it's time to end.
Yes. Please like and subscribe. Click the button below. Like button, subscribe button that's somewhere along this point.
Thanks for watching. Peace.
Bye.